Hello folks, I'd like to welcome you to the Mountains Plantsman once again. I'm standing here on my newly constructed veranda, which you can see my garden behind, or my backyard behind. It's coming on. We're heading towards the last few weeks of winter here, and spring is coming along, and I think I can see some signs of it actually, with some growth in certain plants. Today I wanted to continue a talk about growing plants in aquariums. I'll be, in the future, I just want to say, in the future I'll be taking you to some gardens in the mountains that are quite beautiful. We'll have to wait till spring starts to come, and I'll be showing you some of the beautiful views of the mountains as well, so make sure you keep tuned. And today, as I said, I wanted to illustrate to you how I prepare some of the plants I've got for the aquarium. Now, I'm a bit of an aquarium fan, I must say. I breed fancy goldfish, so I keep them, and I've been doing that for many decades, so I know what I'm doing. And I have discovered, through some help from others, that if you actually grow plants in the aquarium and they send their roots down, they do help filter the aquarium, because the roots of plants, they feed on the waste of fish plus the waste of leftover food, which basically is the end of the nitrate cycle, which is nitrates. And they grow quite well, and some plants grow really well in water. In fact, I found better in water than out of water, and I can't work out why that is. What I've mostly used is aroid plants. And there's quite a lot of aroid plants that grow well in aquariums and in water. This includes spathiphyllums, which I'm going to talk about today. It also includes philodendrons, a whole epidremums, pothos, a whole lot of colocaceae, obviously, alocaceae. They all grow well in aquarium water if they're properly prepared. I have found actually that probably one of the best plants to grow in an aquarium are the spathiphyllums, the peace lilies. And you know, there are quite a lot of cultivars and varieties of them, and all of them seem to grow exceptionally well in water. Now, they are an aroid as well, like philodendrons and alocaceae and colocaceae, epidremiums, and a whole range of other plants in that family. So what I want to do today is illustrate. I've got all my place set up now today to make it a little bit easier. I want to illustrate what I do to prepare the plants to put in the water. Now, in the next video I'll show you how they're growing in the water, or the aquarium's behind the camera here and I can't access that today. But what I've got here, and I'll just try and focus on it, is I bought it the other day at a store. It's a, sorry, let me just, it's a spathiphyllum, as you can see. There it is, it's a spathiphyllum, and it's quite a nice one. I bought it actually in a store, in a nursery the other day, and I bought it because it's a different species that I've got, and it's, as you can see, the leaves are quite big and it will grow quite big. Now, it doesn't exactly have the name of this this actual cultivar here, but I know by looking at the leaves it's going to go bigger than other plants that I know. So let's start. I've got a bowl here. I'll try and focus the camera. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good camera person at the moment. I've got a bowl here, and you have to prepare the plant you have to take it out of the, let me just show you here. You have to take it out of the pot and take all the soil off. So that's what I'm going to do now. As you can see, it's quite a healthy plant actually. And so here you go. And as you can see, it's got quite good roots, hasn't it? The roots are quite good, very good. But as you can see here these greens, you mightn't be able to see them, but they're slow release fertilizer, and that's the problem. That's why you've got to get rid of all the soil on the plants you buy, because you don't want that slow release fertilizer coming into your aquarium. So here we go. You'll just do this and break it down into this pot. As you can see, it's a bit slow, but while I'm doing this, I just wanted to say to you that all aroids are toxic. So you must remember that. All parts of them, the flowers, the stalks, the leaves, and so you've got to keep your pets and your children, not let them eat them. They're very toxic plants. And that raises an issue about putting them in an aquarium, because what you'll find with these peace lilies, which are toxic like all the aroids, and it goes in the aquarium and its roots go down into the water. Now I've got fish in the aquarium, and you wonder if they eat them, it'll poison them. But the funny thing about it is they don't eat them. They don't touch them. If I put some duckweed, which I've got in a pond behind me, they'll eat it straight away. So fish automatically know what they can eat and what they won't. And these roots are never touched by goldfish or koi, as far as I know. I've never seen them touch it. I've had plants growing in aquariums for some time. So that's rather interesting. Fish know what they should eat and what they shouldn't eat, I can tell you that. So we've got a lot of the soil out of here. Not enough, it's got to be totally clean before we finish. But as you can see, it's got a very good root system, this one. And I look forward to putting it in the aquarium. It'll grow well. When you first put them in, they do suffer a slight setback. I think Spathiphyllum's less than any, but they do suffer because they're going into a different environment. You can see this has got lots of little growths coming up from the side there. So I'm very lucky. It's quite a healthy plant. I quite like it. Okay, now we move the camera. Sorry about my camera work. I've got a bucket of water here to make it easy. I'll put this in here. I think you've got that there now. There we go. There's the plant. And you get this gets the rest of the water off. You can hose it, of course, to do that. But this seems to do the trick. Now remember, the reason you're doing this is to make sure there's no slow release or fertilizer left in the soil, which will pollute the aquarium, of course, or pollute the water you're putting it in. So that, okay, so that's pretty good. As you can see, it's clean, it's got an excellent root system, and it should grow very well. Now, I put this in a sort of basket that I make to put in the aquarium, and I might look at that in the next episode of the show. But that's what you need to do to get plants in your aquarium. And I'm sure you'll find let me just show you me now. I'm sure you'll find that they'll grow. It's worthwhile because putting them in an aquarium means that you have less, you do less water changes. You have to do water changes, of course, in the aquarium with goldfish or koi especially. And so the filtration is done virtually by the plants, which actually absorb the nitrates. Now, nitrates are the last stage of the what they call the carbon cycle, and that's why you change the water, because they don't do anything. You've got to get rid of them, but they do supply a very good form of fertilizer for plants. Hence less water changes, because the plant's eating up all the nitrates. Now that's all right for the moment. In the next video I might show you how I've prepared the pot to put it in the aquarium. We haven't done that yet. And how well it's growing. So I thank you for listening. As I said, in the future I'm going to take a trip through the mountains here and give you some idea of the scenic views of the place and the sort of plants that grow naturally in the mountains. Which is very interesting. And then in September, the gardens in the mountains are open mostly, and you get some more exotic plants then. You get cherry bushes, you get rhododendrons, azaleas, daphnes, the works. So I hope to be able to show you some of them. So please keep tuned, and I hope my technology and use of the camera improves. I'm pretty much an amateur at it. I know my plants, but I don't know my technology. So thank you very much for listening, and if you can, I'd appreciate it very much if you can subscribe to the channel, because I'll be keeping up videos now at least once a week. And so good gardening to you all. Hello, and folks, good wishes to you all, and thank you very much for tuning into this channel. Once again, bye for now.